ladies and gentlemen, it's a good time to be a Hawks fan. We done got rid of Joffrey. We done had 11-game winning streak. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling fantastic. And I'm feeling magical. Before we get to today, we're going to cover some things. We're going to start out with beating the Mavericks. 135-120. We dominated them. We're a better team than them. CJ McCollum, 24 points, 7 assists, 2 steals. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 22 points, 4 3-pointers made. Jonathan Kuminga, 16 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Dyson Daniels, 19 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Jalen Johnson, 17, 11, and 9. Onyeka Okongwu, 12, 9, and 4. We were playing good, egalitarian basketball. We beat the Mavericks. I'm going to tell you somebody who does not enjoy playing the Atlanta Hawks. Cooper Flag. He don't want no parts of it. It's not good for him. Dyson Daniels is the Cooper Flag irritant, and I love it. And this was a good win because the Mavericks can beat you if you play with them. Ask Cleveland.
So just come off a win. Yeah, they just beat Cleveland before.
Right. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, I think that Cleveland is trick bagging. If you see the guys who they're losing to, there needs to be a silent alarm going off. But Cooper Flag, 17 points on 6 of 15 shooting, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 6 turnovers, 5 assists. Max Christie, 5 turnovers, 1 assist. PJ Washington, 3 turnovers, 1 assist. We played very good. I really like the way that we're playing. This was a game where you beat the team that you're better than.
Yeah, the thing that I took away from this the most, and you kind of touched on that point just now, was they ain't really got no point guard for real in Dallas. And with our backcourt of Dyson Daniels, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, then coming off the bench, Kuminga, plus be it now CJ McCollum, who is actually facilitating the ball, plus Okongwu, who can actually switch out on you sometimes. It's hell to pay if you don't have somebody that can facilitate offense for you. If you don't have somebody, unless you, of course, you have like one of the better scorers of all time, you don't have somebody that can. That almost came out wrong, by the way. You don't have somebody that
help me. Delete.
Edit point there. Right. But you don't have anybody to facilitate, and that has always been the issue, the growing pains with a Jason Kidd type team. He did it with Giannis. He's now doing it with Cooper Flag, where he has Cooper Flag bring the ball up, which is going to do wonders for his development going forward. But right now, when you play a team that has defensive backcourt in the ways that we have with Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Dyson Daniels, along with wings that match up with you, and we like to run, ain't really much you can do. PJ Washington ain't gonna pass the ball. Max Christie's a shooter. Like,
now, I'm gonna give you a little bit of pushback here, and I have to, because Ryan Nembhard had 8 points and 12 assists and 0 turnovers.
I forgot about Ryan Nembhard.
And is he the future? No, guy's not that good. Is he probably a person who I tell y'all all the time, that's a good NBA rotational player. Him and his brother are good rotational players. He played out of his mind.
Is a starting guard.
Yes, but still, like, not a star, just a good rotational guy who you can pay a decent amount of money and can be good for you. But even if you have 12 assists and 0 turnovers, if you got 11 turnovers from Cooper Flag and Max Christie, well, shit, no matter what I did.
Yeah, I sit on the bench. Every time he went to the bench, we went up by with a 10-0.
Right.
12-0.
Everything that you did just gets cooked. And then we're not turning the ball over because we have been a very good, responsible team with the ball. I think that Jalen Johnson led the team in turnovers with 4, but he had 9 assists. That's still a 2-to-1 ratio for a power forward. That's all you can ask for. It's just this is a win that we're supposed to get against a team who is figuring it out. But when Cooper Flag wants to be Cooper Flag, he still has that opportunity. We're gonna move on and go here.
Got a lot to say here, boy, because I watched this game.
I have a lot less to say here. Rockets beat us 117-95. The Rockets are a better team than us. This was probably the most difficult team that we've played in this little run, basically since post All-Star. They're a better team with better stars. I wish we had shown up better, but at the end of the day, cut your losses, go home. They better than us. I would like to have a better showing, but a loss at the end of the day is a loss. And especially at where the standings is, and we'll get there in a second. You lose by 30 or you lose by 1. Either way, you lost. It's what happens after you lose for me. This was a bad game, though. It was not fun to watch. It was Okongwu 6 points, 8 rebounds. Jalen 14 points, 5 rebounds. CJ 17 points, 2 assists. Nikhil 21 points. He kind of got it going, but 4 rebounds, 4 assists. And then Ricochet did have a very solid game with 16 and 6. He has quietly been putting it together kind of behind the scenes in a way that I truly appreciate. But we just got our ass cut. It's life. Flush it.
No, it's not life. So for me, watching this game, I watched it from beginning to end. We came out. The Rockets were playing good, but we were playing well. I think I even put in a group. I was like, yo, this is like the first, what is it, 12 minutes a quarter? The first 10 minutes of the game, I was like, this is high-level basketball. We were playing well. We were dishing. We were playing well. And Sengun was doing what Sengun does because he's taller, but we were running him out of the gym. He was tired. And then what frustrated me, and I put it in the group, and I kept putting, I think I put it in our group, Dyson Daniels had his, I ain't going to say it's his worst game.
It's close.
The worst type of game that he has.
3 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, 2 steals.
He gets extremely, extremely timid. There was a fast break where we had a chance. First off, Okongwu, the whole game we were off. Outside of that 10 minutes, it's like we were kind of smelling ourselves a little bit. Okongwu got a steal, lollygagging down to go dunk the ball. Reed Shepherd sprints 75 feet across the court and blocks his shot. That energizes the Rockets, and I think the game was relatively close at that point. It was in the first quarter. We had a bunch of turnovers or fumbled passes or just terrible execution of fast breaks and of half-court offense, all led, and I'm not trying to pile on, but all led by Dyson Daniels. Dyson Daniels messed up like 2 or 3 3-on-1 fast breaks where he just wouldn't shoot. And I'm not talking about shooting from the 3. He'd be at the rim. CJ McCollum did it a couple times. You're at the rim to lay the ball up, and then you pass it out to Mo or somebody to take a contested corner 3, but you're at the rim. And the Rockets don't have any shot blocking. That is one thing they don't have. Even when Clint Capella was there, Clint Capella, his best years are behind him. Yes, he's tall. He does still get rebounds. He gets a lot of rebounds, but you can manipulate him because he does not leave. No, I like that. I like that.
Well, keep that thing loaded, man. You don't know when he might have to pull out the chopper.
Well, he's on Houston now. So, but we played, and I said it, and I ain't gonna say the word, but we played scared. We played scared. Dyson was scared to shoot. CJ was. It was like they had Wemby at the rim or Rudy Gobert, but there was just nobody there. And once that happened, and Dyson would drive into Sengun would just stay there. And he wouldn't go around him or nothing. He'd dribble out to the 3-point line, and then Sengun just stand at the dotted line. Be like, all right, well, now what you gonna do? And it was like, come on, man. Like, we didn't put any pressure on them, especially the third quarter. The third quarter was so bad. I think we got outscored by 17. Let me tell y'all, we lost by 22. We cut it down to 22. We were all down by 34 at one point. And Reed Shepherd.
That be my bigger issue is the 39-point third quarter. Those are Joffrey quarters for y'all who know. Giving up 30 points gets you smoked. Giving up damn near 40 points gets you embarrassed. And that's what happens when you give up 35 and 39 in the first and the third.
Well, KD got hot, but for the Rockets have figured something out. And Ime Udoka, as good as a coach as he's known to be, is very stubborn. He does not change a lot of things. He came in, and since they've started Reed Shepherd at the 1, I think they're like 9-1 or maybe 10-2, something like that. Well, they lost tonight, so maybe 10-3. But they're like really, really good with Reed Shepherd. And he, first of all, I didn't realize he was like 6'3", but he shoots so well that it opens up the floor. And now you don't have to have not Sengun. You don't have to have Amen Thompson. Amen Thompson was just running around. He was just everywhere. He was what Dyson did against the Warriors, which we'll get to. He was just
for
everywhere.
the most part. You need to double Sengun because he's so good as a passer and a scorer. You need to double Kevin Durant because he's arguably the greatest scorer of all time. So if you get behind on defense and they swing the ball 2 times, it's going to be in Reed's hand. Reed is going to shoot open shots. He is going to make them at a high clip. And that's the part that is tricky for them. Now, in the half court, it's a little different because they need somebody to kind of facilitate. But if they can get you behind and trying to get you to catch up, and the third pass is to Reed, he'll make it. He'll make it every damn time.
And of course, we couldn't rebound. So once we lost a rebound, and he started that 7. He ran that 7-foot roster of Tari Eason as basically your 2. And I was like, oh well. Once that happened, I was like,
and tougher than us, and better than us. And they're right. And they're bigger than us, they're tougher than us, and their best player is one of the best of all time. We didn't have it. Now, I do want to shoot Dyson a little bit of bail. I saw somewhere that he has the highest load of offense and defense. He has the 6th highest load in the NBA. And this is a guy who last year was just like, hey, I need you to be a defensive stopper. Now I need you to be a offensive facilitator and still be that level of defender. And he's only 20-something years old.
It's going to be shooting layups.
I agree, but if it's a lot for him, it's a lot. And if that was if that's who he was kind of coming out, then I would look at it different. But that was never his role. The leading point guard, facilitator, offensive organizer was never, I think, in his initial like career plan. And now it's like, nah, we need you to be the one and be good. And he's our best facilitator. And he don't give the ball up. Is the shot, does it need some work? Hell yeah. The 3-point shot and the offense in general. But overall, he does a lot of things good. He just ain't perfect. But like I said,
that's cool. The motherfucker didn't shoot the free throws and messed up. I watched the game. I don't think you watched it. I watched it.
I did. I went back and
second. And the mother, I was like, bruh, if you had just went everything he did against the Warriors, he could have done against Houston.
Everything. I think he's figuring it out. And I think that the shot is bad, but he is also understand. He's not Draymond. You can't turn your back on Dyson Daniels because he has enough speed and athleticism that if you do that, he would just go try to dunk on you or get to the bucket. And I think that that's one of the things where, Quinn has to say, hey, just go to the hoop. You're the size of a small forward. Just try it and shoot the free throws. But overall, we were going to lose this game probably anyway. We were due for a loss anyway. So to me, flush it. Then we come back and we beat Golden State 126 to 110. We cut their ass the entire game. They did not have Steph. They did not have basically anybody that mattered. Their starting lineup was Draymond, Santos, who most of y'all never heard of, Quentin Post, who y'all never heard of, DeAnthony Melton, who actually played really good coming off the ACL, and Pods, who I think is a scam.
That's their starting lineup, minus Steph. And your boy Glove Jr. That's the only two people that was missing.
Nate Williams had 19 points, 8 and 9 in kind of the throwaway time. LJ Cryer, people you never heard of. Pat Spencer, the insurance salesman, he had 18. No Porzingis, no Moses Moody, no Steph. That's a practice squad. This is a practice. But Okongwu, 6 of 5. Mohamed Gay into the starting lineup. I know people wanted to see Kuminga, but Quinn is trying to keep the rotations as kind of static as possible. Mo Gay came in and played his ass off, though. 16 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 blocks.
Boy, gave Draymond hell. He was giving Draymond.
The Sudanese Strangler don't play. He don't care. Him and Dyson are enforcers. They don't truly too much give a fuck about what you got going on. Also, Dyson Daniels, this was a Dyson Daniels game, 28 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals. CJ McCollum, 23 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. Zachary Risache, another good game, 17 points, 2 rebounds, 3 3-pointers made, and 1 block. We are better than the Warriors zombie squad for sure. This is another game where we beat the team that we were better than, and that matters.
28, 7, and 6, 4 steals, 12 and 17 from the field. Why do you think he had that? You want to know why? Because the first 10 minutes, the motherfucker started shooting layups. Now the 3, hey, I am thinking you hit 2 threes. It is what it is. No, it wanes. It ain't never there.
Man, come on, man. Try to support the man. That's not.
No, listen. This tough love.
He might be 12 years old, man. How old is Dyson Daniels, man?
22. What I told y'all about Dyson, I said, if you're aggressive, nobody can stop you. The same shot blocking that the Warriors had at the rim is the same shot blocking the Rockets had at the rim. Nobody. Sengun is not a shot blocker. Dyson Daniels went right around the Warriors.
Actually, Quentin Post probably better than anything the Rockets got.
Well, then he wasn't there because Dyson scored like eight straight points to start the game. And I was like, bro, he just figured out that he's faster, he's taller. Draymond is their center, and he's the same height as Draymond, if not taller.
No. Quentin Post is their center. He's 7 feet
I keep forgetting about him, and he can shoot threes. But Dyson Daniels decided, and I think I like this for Quinn. I think Quinn did cut his ass in between those 2 games. I think Quinn was like, Dyson, we can't win, especially with Jalen being a late scratch. We can't win without you being aggressive. Even if you miss the floater a couple times, you have to keep people honest. This is something I've been saying all year with Dyson. Just shoot it. You in the paint, shoot it. If you miss it, I'm gonna be mad that you missed the free throw. Missed the layup. Cool, but you might get fouled. You might do something to cause a chain reaction. We could swing. We got all shooters besides you. Literally everybody on the team can shoot.
Right. I don't mind him shooting, but also at that height, just ball on the floor, make a move at the rim, make them foul you. You're still bigger and stronger than most people. And let's be honest, faster. And it's not like you're not good with the ball. Just make a good move at the bucket. This is what other people have made careers out of. Is just doing that and getting fouled and going shooting free throws. But he's 23 years old. Kid's trying to figure it out.
MVPs.
And I'm saying that, like, as he figures it out, and this is the reason that you want Quinn, because he's a developer, is you got to get this guy to be in. whatever it is for this season is kind of this season. What you want to go into next season and think to yourself is that Dyson Daniels can be one of the better players in the NBA. Somewhere in the top 100, I want to say on the better half of 50.
I mean, yeah, you work on shooting, but we talking about trying to win these games now. And for us to win these games now, you have to shoot the layup when it's available. You too, CJ McCollum, all that getting to the rim and then about to lay it up and then pass it out to the corner. I thought that was a Quinn thing. I thought
Jonathan Kuminga. Jonathan Kuminga did that, and I saw Quinn almost have an aneurysm.
Quinn Snyder, I thought that was his scheme. I thought he wanted penetration, pass it out. Every time we do that stupid shit, he called timeout. Like, what are y'all doing?
and it is, you want 2 feet in the paint and then spray it out. But the other part is the advantage of our team is we're tall. So if you've done the work, you've done all the difficult work. And if you watch college basketball, me and Pagan watched them yesterday, and you just see how many kids are not pushing to at least look like I could potentially score. That's half the damn battle. Is you don't actually have to even think, oh, I'm going up here to lay it up. But at least put the pressure on the defense where you're looking at the basket where they have to at least honor and respect. Oh, well, if he wants to, he could go here and attempt a shot. But you see so many folks back to the basket, not anywhere in position to be able to shoot a shot. That's the thing. And that's a youth thing. But we beat Golden State. Great job. Mm-hmm. Now I'm going to stop here for a second. This win and the last win, as me and Reggie was talking about, and I think you got it after I told you, but biggest games of the season. We have effectively stepped out of the play-in. And I cannot remember the last time we were not fighting for our lives to either get into the play-in or try to get to the top of the play-in. Right. This game was vitally important. Then tonight, we don't have a graphic because the game just ended. We bludgeoned the Memphis Grizzlies 107-146. You heard that right. We beat them by 39 points. This is another
that close.
No. 32 points in the first quarter. I ain't even going to tell you what they had. 32 points in the first quarter for us, 39 points in the second quarter. In the quarter where we typically do the absolute worst, third quarter, 45 of them things. And then 30 points in the fourth quarter. If you score 30 points in every quarter, you have a high propensity to win the game. And we destroyed them. Now, is this a good team? No. Is everybody out?
No.
Yes. But we've also been a part of Atlanta Hawks teams that lose to teams that we should have beat. And nights like this,
about this streak.
And nights like this, you got to do yourself a favor because the Pacers did us a favor, beat the Orlando Magic, and then also we had San Antonio do what we needed them to do and beat the Heat. State of Florida lost, and we needed that. We are in a dead heat. Might as well go there now, huh? We are in a dead heat in the Eastern Conference. This is yesterday, so this is everything. Every team everybody who play either has one more loss or one more win. But the Magic and the Heat both taking L's is good for us. The Raptors, I think, play tomorrow, and they play a difficult game. But it feels very good to be in
playing right now. They're playing the Jazz. They're about
and they're
30.
Smoking them. But then I think they play somebody else tomorrow, or maybe that's later in the week. But either way, and the Raptors are a really good team. For us to, they're out of all the teams ahead of us, they are probably the most scary to me just because of the matchup style more than anything. Especially,
Yeah, we can't beat them. I fully believe we can't. We can beat 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. We can't beat the Raptors.
I don't want no smoke with the Raptors. And that's a testament to them being good. And I mean, but everybody else can be had. And I think that's best case scenario for us. Run this for y'all who are listening. Pistons at 1, Celtics at 2, Knicks at 3, Cavs at 4, Raptors at 5, Hawks at 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That gets us out of the Atlanta Invitational, as they call the play-in, because we play it every year. The 76ers have been struggling. The Magic, they don't seem to be getting along the greatest and figuring it out. The Heat don't have enough offense. And the Hornets just did not do themselves any favors early in the season. But whoever gets them is going to get a headache. Out of all,
playing actually would be fun.
It's going to be fun, number one. And whoever, I think the Hornets probably can win 2 games and get into the playoffs. And Pistons, y'all probably don't want to play the Hornets because they can score a bunch of points. And y'all can't.
Well, they don't like each other. They don't like each other. They fought. I wouldn't want to play them because they're going to be motivated. And Cade is out with a collapsed lung.
So even when he comes back,
indefinitely,
I think he comes back before the playoffs. But even if, he's not going to be in great shape, and they don't have a lot of scoring outside of Cade and Duran. Everybody else,
11 games left in the season. So he comes back from a collapsed lung in 2 weeks. That would be fantastic because they play every other game.
That's what I saw for the prognosis. But he's not gonna be in shape because he hasn't played basketball. You can't run. So if you don't run for 2 or 3 weeks, you're gonna have to find your wind. And you don't want to find your win against Brandon Miller, LaMelo Ball, Juan Kneppel. That is the worst place. Because you want to know where you find your win? Chasing them around the court. That's what you're going to do. And Khan is going to make them shots, and LaMelo is going to be Pistol Pete Maravich Jr., and you're going to be like, I am frustrated.
And then Brandon Miller going to dunk on you.
Right.
Yeah, but I think the Pistons are built to weather the storm because they rely on defense so well. But this is interesting from a seeding standpoint. I would like for the Hawks to stay out the play-in and stay at 6. I don't really want to go to 5. I mean, I think we could beat Cleveland, but because Cleveland doesn't have the depth that we have. But I think we match up pretty well with the Knicks more than we do Cleveland because Cleveland's taller. The Knicks do have Cat, but Cat don't play in the paint. And then Mitchell Robinson can't do nothing outside the paint.
1 second. I agree with you mostly, but Cleveland cannot be trusted. They are not playing good basketball. They're skating along. And I told y'all, I think they're a scam. I feel very confident that they are a scam. And the reason I think they are a scam is you lost to the Mavericks. You lost to Orlando. You lost to Boston. You were in a dogfight against the Pelicans. You only beat the Pelicans by 5 points. You only beat the Bulls by 5 points. You only beat the Bucks by 7 points. That's not winning basketball. This is not the highest payroll in the NBA. These last 4 games are wins in the winning column. They are losses. Big losses. You're supposed to beat the hell out of the Pelicans. You're supposed to beat the hell out of the Bulls. And you're supposed to beat supposed to beat the hell out of the Bucks with no Giannis. You having to play your starters deep minutes against these bad teams, I think that says a lot. And the best part is
you combat height with muscle. Zion had his way against the Cavaliers.
Right, but this is the thing. Like, the worst wins are the trick bag wins where you believe, oh, well, we're winning games, so we're good. These last 4 games are terrible against terrible teams. Now, sure, you get credit for, all right, we beat the team in front of us. Not convincingly. Knicks in the same thing, but I believe in the Knicks a little bit more.
I think they're tomato for me. The Knicks.
But let me tell you, Cavs, if y'all get the Raptors,
Yes, it's a rough day for you. Anybody get the Raptors? The Raptors match up with everybody.
They gonna get somebody fired. Because as I think that we could beat the Cavs, I feel very confident in the Raptors. And if y'all lose to the Raptors with the highest payroll in the NBA, fired. Multiple.
Speaking of fired, the play-in tournament is gonna look good. The 76ers are cool. This is where I was talking about earlier when I said Orlando lost to the Pacers. Mosley. I told y'all a long time ago. Matter of fact, I said it on this show. I was like, bro, he gonna get fired. They was like, no, he was coach of the year or coach of whatever. I said, bro, he's gonna get fired. Paolo don't like him. And that came out. Paolo don't like nobody on that team, what it seemed like. And then now they're losing. So you couldn't fire him before because he was winning. We've seen this before. I think it was it the Hawks coach who went to the Bucks and they fired him to get Budenholzer. Like you see
over the
it,
last 10. That's not how you want to go into the playoffs.
Into the playoffs. You were in the 5 seed. They were picking you to be a top 4 seed this year. And you are now in danger of getting to the 10 seed, which is one and done, which means you would have to play Orlando. I'm sorry, Charlotte.
Yeah, the Magic. I think the Magic biggest thing is that Desmond Bane trade is going to haunt them because it's so many picks, and they kind of got hit with the same thing that we got hit with when we went to the Eastern Conference Finals, where it's the immediate expectation is next season y'all got to be substantially better, and you might not be, and that's what kind of has happened to them. Is the Pacers have been out of it. So you expected them to be better than the Pacers, and then Jason Tatum is out of on the Celtics. So you just expected the Celtics to fall, kind of
shoot a bell. You got to shoot bell. I think it's the first time somebody came back that fast from Achilles.
I don't care about Jason Tatum. It's what Jaylen Brown has done in the meantime. No, I predicted the Celtics to be in the play-in, not to be the number 2 team in the East with nobody. Jaylen Brown is the MVP of this season. I don't care what award y'all give to anybody else. There is nobody that's more valuable to a team than Jaylen Brown to the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, I agree, but that's not what the award is anymore. The award is the best player on the best team. So that's how it's always going to go.
He is the second best player on the second best team in the East with nobody else. Everybody else is playing with somebody else who's really good. Who's damn near like a world beater. Everybody else has a world beater. And Jaylen Brown has Derek White.
Don't matter. You also said he has the best coach in the league too, right?
I mean, after this season, hell yeah. I don't know. I got to give credit to somebody. I don't know who it is, but whatever it is over there, it's something. But either way,
I tell you, it's Brad Stevens. But yeah, it's gonna be.
Shout out to getting out of the way for black people, Brad Stevens.
But it's SGA. I mean, it's gonna be SGA or your man Luka because the West is crazy right now.
As we move right into the West.